I'm gonna take my time, 'cause I have all the time in the world to make you mine. It is written in the stars above, the God's decree. You'll be right here by my side, right next to me. You can run, but you cannot hide. Don't say you want me. Don't say you need me. Don't say you love me. It's understood. Don't say you're happy out here without me. I know you can't be, 'cause it's no good. I'll be fine. I'll be waiting patiently until you see the signs and come running to my open arms. When will you realize? Do we have to wait till our words collide? Open up your eyes, 'cause you can't turn the tide. Don't say you want me. Don't say you need me. Don't say you love me. It's understood. Don't say you're happy out there without me. Don't say you can't be, 'cause it's no good. I'm gonna take my time, 'cause I have all the time in the world to make you mine. It is written in the stars above. Don't say you want me. Don't say you need me. Don't say you love me. It's understood. Don't say you're happy out there without me. I know you can't be, 'cause it's no good.
Yes, thank you, Matt. That was a much better song than last week.
Oh, way better. Yeah, Depeche Mode.
I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And this is Quantum Week. We're coming in a little bit late this week. Looks like Mincel Intel ran a little long. It was, I guess, Michael Cimino might have directed that episode of Mincel Intel.
It was a good 2.5 hours long, I heard. Long the Russian bots didn't even want to fucking watch it.
It's true. You think about great works, you have, Apocalypse Now, you have, Deer Hunter, Mincel Intel. No, but I don't know if you, obviously they interviewed Steve, so probably a big reason they went long.
Probably.
This is kind of a crossover because they interviewed Steve. We're talking about the movie Liar Liar.
Yeah.
And then after us is the conspiracy show. So it's all lies at that point. So hopefully we'll fit like the sandwich. It's like that. Did you watch NBC in the 90s?
Probably, yeah.
Remember they had
was ER on NBC in the 90s? Okay, yeah.
So they had like a blackout episode on a Thursday night. And the Friends was black, like they had like a blackout hits New York.
Really?
So, like Friends, it was a joke,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So Friends, like the whole cast, like they had a blackout. Like the single guy had a blackout, but then like Seinfeld wouldn't play along.
Really?
Yeah.
They just said fuck you.
Yeah, fuck it. And they had like a regular episode, and then like whatever, like Caroline in the City was a blackout.
Right.
So it was. I think this is like that, right?
This is like okay, I gotcha.
Okay, great. So let's talk Depeche Mode.
Yeah, we'll talk about Depeche Mode first. So
and what else we should probably announce? We are in the April 6th to April 12th.
Of 1997,
which is the same week we are in now, which is a weird coincidence.
It is 23 years apart.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just played Depeche Mode. What's the name of that song?
That's it's No Good, which seems like a weird title for the song because he only says it at the way end of the chorus.
Okay.
It's like Don't Say You Want Me or something might be the name of the song. I didn't know once when I saw that this was on the list. I was like, I don't even know what the fucking deep, but as soon as I heard it, it was clear to me.
Yeah.
They kind of do that. They make songs that I don't. Some of their titles are weird, sort of like Zeppelin too.
I have kind of an interesting. Depeche Mode is super talented, so you hear them.
Oh yeah, they are.
You hear them, you're like, all right, this is really good. But there's like a soulless quality to their music.
Yes,
and so for that reason, it doesn't register with me. I don't really enjoy them because even though I can appreciate how talented they are,
yep,
I don't really enjoy them because I feel like there's no heart. There's like the heart missing. It's like the Tin Man plays the music.
You're gonna get that from keyboard inspired music anyway.
Okay.
Because the keyboard is just kind of an expressionless monster. A lot of times, it's just you can do like swells and things, but it doesn't have the same. You can't be as expressive as you can be on a guitar. I mean, the real top, keyboard players out there who are playing, nasty solos and shit in jazz, on like Kurzweil or something. They have the expression capabilities to make it sound like something, but these guys who are good don't really have that. So you're always going to get a more hollow sound. Number one, but number two. He's kind of an affectationless singer. That's like his
maybe that's part of it too.
Like he's got kind of a baritone voice.
Yeah,
and it's very. He delivers it. Yeah, it's not. It's a very not a monotone, but he doesn't have a lot of vibrato. He doesn't have a lot of expression in it, and it works for their music. But you're right. It doesn't have the same heart. I think I want to like Depeche Mode more than I do, even though there's a lot of songs I do like. I can't remember the last time I was like, okay, let's put on a Depeche Mode album and fucking chill.
Well, it's kind of surprised you picked this song because this song reminds me more. I know it came out it was number one in the dance charts this week.
That's exactly right.
So that's fine, but it sounds like a 1990 song.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like a 1997 song. Like when I was thinking, so this is the people know we talk about this a lot in the next two episodes, but this was the year I graduated high school. So I graduated high school like 2 months before this. I remember this song being on a BCN every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't remember this song. When I think 1997, I never, or this time in my life, I never think this song.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Surprised you chose because you
not
chose,
giving you the nostalgia. Oh, I totally chose. Yeah, because
why?
Because a lot of the songs on the list, particularly the top 40 list, I was not into at all.
All right.
And I mean, we'll talk about
like the alternative charts. And we do, because what songs do we talk about? It's hard to remember now.
I don't even remember.
I know. We talk about a Puff Daddy song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And another song.
Oh, Spice Girls. That was the other one.
Right.
And that type of, and Puff Daddy really dominated the charts for this entire year. Do you know how I feel about it? We'll talk about that.
Right.
But I'm not a huge Puff Daddy fan. And then not the Mockery. And then the Spice Girls tune is fun, but it's like still not my style of music. This was one of the only ones that I found that I was like, okay, I like this. I like this song. I genuinely like this song. Can say good things about it.
So when I think of the 97, I think like Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Hate them.
See, I like them.
Fucking hate them.
Really, you don't like them?
Pretty much all ska's got no soul. Yeah.
Oh,
do not like ska. I mean, whatever. Someday I suppose it's okay.
I think I like you 2% less than I did when I walked in.
What the fuck are you talking? You were in a mood anyway when you came in.
I'm cranky.
Dude.
I'm cranky today, kids.
He warned me.
Yeah,
fucking
I know. And it's not just because Minsell went long. It's not. That's not. I had a headache earlier, and I'm just
you
grumpy.
Misplaced the jalapenos.
I know. I think I threw away jalapeno peppers. I'm just in a shitty mood today.
But 2% left. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it. So Depeche Mode, though.
All right.
So this is
I have very little to add besides that. In fact, I'm gonna get a drink.
The funny drink as much as you want. So the funny thing with Depeche Mode is they've quietly had like a really outstanding 40-year career.
Oh, they have,
which is pretty amazing.
It's not. They are really talented. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, they
are really. You can hear like, oh, these guys are. So when you're talented, maybe you last longer. It's not the Macarena.
They have 14 albums. A bunch of number one hit, mostly on the dance or alternative charts. And I don't think they have any number one top 40s. Not in this country, in England and other places they do. They've sold over 100 million albums. And one of the crazy things is their first song. No band I know has had a worse first song kind of get to a hit, be a hit than this one. Do you remember? I just can't get enough. Yeah. I fucking hate that song.
I don't mind that song. I don't mind.
I like you about 2% less than when you
get in line. So does everybody today. I'm in a mood. No, I
hate that. But the singer is 18 years old. They're like 18, 19 years old then. It's crazy. So they started really young.
Credit to them because that song. I know. I'm not saying it's the greatest.
No.
But for
it's a hit.
And then Personal Jesus is probably the song I
love that song.
When I think Depeche Mode is the one I think of, and it's also like their sound. It came out in 1990. Maybe that's why I also think like this song sounds like that.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like that time period. I have very little to add on Depeche Mode besides what I just
okay, well that's fine. So you're right. It was number one on the dance chart album. The album is called Ultra, and it was successful. It sold 4 million copies worldwide. It was pretty good. Not their biggest, but still pretty good. 4
million worldwide. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good, particularly when you think of. I mean, they'd already been. they're like 20 years into
And they're
their
not-
career at that time.
And they're not like a household name. You know what I mean? They're not like, it's not like the Spice Girls, where even like my grandparents knew who the fucking Spice Girls. You know, like Depeche Mode was, they're certainly popular, but they were not, beyond that generation, they were not known.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
A really narrow band.
Well, a lot of times too, the lead singer of these big bands are really well known, but I feel like he was under the radar
I do too.
David Gahn, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
It's
I was like looking at on Wikipedia before the show. I'm like, oh, okay. I could
doesn't
have guessed all day. I never would have guessed the name of the singer.
Right. And maybe part of that is because he wasn't the primary writer of the. I mean, he was definitely the front man, but he was not the primary writer. In fact, most of it was written. Most of the songs were written by their guitar player / keyboard player. So maybe there was that. Maybe he's kind of. I don't know if he was shy. I know he had bad drug problems.
Yeah, I saw that.
Gone. Did you see that he died 3 times?
Oh God.
His heart stopped 3 times. The first time he was on stage, young, I think he was like 26, 27 years old, and he had a heroin-induced heart attack on stage.
Christ.
And the band continued after they like carted him off and like improv the rest of the night. Then he tried to kill himself. And then another time he overdosed and his heart stopped for fucking 2 minutes, and they revived him. He said that it was crazy. He said that he everything faded to black. And then he had an out-of-body experience, like looking at himself down. And then he was like, this is shitty. This is really shitty. And then he came back to life. Yeah. But maybe he's kind of an introvert or whatever. And we don't know. I don't know. He used to steal cars, actually. Like, he was a real fucking truant. He would steal cars and then light them on fire and then enjoy rides. He was kind of a weird guy. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's it. Depeche Mode.
So let's one talk Liar Liar.
Yeah, unless there's anything. Oh, the only other thing we didn't talk about, sort of song construction. One of the other things that drew me to this is the chord progression on this song. It feels like home to me. This is the same chord progression as All Along the Watchtower.
Okay.
And the same chord progression as In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. It's like that same thing. So it's always kind of it's had a little place in my heart for me.
Okay, I do like the song. It's not a bad
good song. The only thing weird, though, and this keeps happening when we look back at old films or older, I mean, it's not 20 years old, whatever, but older songs, is this is another song where you've got like a 1-minute intro before the singer starts. Like, that just doesn't happen anymore. It's hard to get through it.
Or even like we talk about
movies too,
and we'll talk about Grosse Pointe Blank later on in this week. But that movie starts off kind of slow. Like, back then, pacing was very different. Maybe it was true with songs. People had more patience back then.
Way more patience.
Now it's like, let's get right to it. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, because we talked about,
unless it's the Minsell Intel show,
well, yeah,
which that can go on for days. But on most,
they're trying to break the record.
You have like a much like slower pace to things.
Right, of course. Yeah. I mean, some of the rap tunes that we've come across too, and we'll hear that later on too, are like 5 minutes long too. You never.
Oh my God, I know.
Anymore.
Yeah,
never.
Right.
They're like 3.5 minutes and you're out. That's it. Yeah. So Depeche Mode. I like this song. This is one of the few that we've run into that I really like.
This is better than most.
So Liar Liar.
The movie Liar Liar. So this is we're gonna play a game about a Jim Carrey game at the end of the show here. But Liar Liar, directed by Tom Shadyac. Jim Carrey at his peak. Peak. I mean, he's just this. This is a very bizarre movie. So.
Do you want me to give a synopsis?
Yes. So, Matt gives a 15-second synopsis every show.
Yeah, maybe 20 seconds. So Jim Carrey is, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's funny. Jim Carrey is a defense attorney named Fletcher Reed, and he's just a compulsive liar, and that gets him places in his job. But at home, it pisses off his ex-wife, pisses off his kid, and his kid gets so sick of his dad kind of standing up, making promises he doesn't keep, that he makes a wish at his birthday party that his dad can't tell a lie for 24 hours, and it fucking comes true. Mm-hmm. Hilarity ensues.
Well, something ensues.
Did you not like this goddamn film?
Yeah, it's not that good.
It's a really good film.
Not a good movie.
Wow, I was surprised how good this film was. What the fuck?
It's not even.
What the fuck?
It's Jim Carrey. So it was a team in 1972 Phillies. Okay. So they won 54 and 108.
Yeah,
But they had Steve Carlton on the team.
Yeah.
And Steve Carlton won 27 games. One guy.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Half the games.
This movie is the Jim Carrey.
The same thing. Like, no, no doubt about it. This is all about Jim Carrey.
This movie is not. I don't really like this movie. It's stupid. It's silly. It's dumb. But it's passable. Anyone else is in this role.
Oh, it would not
work. This movie is so boring.
This is a showcase.
Awful. And I think Jim Carrey knew this script is shit. This is a garbage movie.
He
just goes in there and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. They pay me, whatever. think about it,
20 million, I think. Yeah, because he made 20 million for Dumb and Dumber. So
no, 20 million Cable Guy.
Oh, Cable Guy, right.
And they're probably like, you know what? Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go throw 100 miles an hour the entire time because this is a shitty movie with a shitty director and a weak supporting cast.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go balls to the wall. You know what? He makes it kind of sort of work in a weird way.
No, I think it worked a lot.
I don't think it worked a lot.
Okay, so the story's not good, and
Story's
no one
terrible.
else. Carrie Elways blows.
Yeah,
the mom
terrible.
character, she's fine. The woman from News
she's
Radio,
not
she's
fine.
fine.
She's like on Prozac. Maura Tierney's a really great straight person. Straight man in comedy, but she's great in News Radio.
Yeah, she's great.
News Radio is the most underrated show of the 90s.
Yeah, I tried to go back and watch it though, because I think I might have heard you say that, and I couldn't.
Really?
I watched like the first couple episodes, and I'm like, this is just not for me.
It still holds up to me.
Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll try it
the
again.
weirdest
in these
cast
weird
ever.
times.
You have Joe Rogan.
I know.
It's the Stephen Root
and
from
Andy
Barry,
Dick, right?
Andy Dick,
Yeah.
Dave Foley. It's the strangest
Dave Foley,
cast.
which I like them. I like all of them actually. So
I love this show, but back to Liar,
it is a showcase for him and his fucking genius. He is genius. He's the best physical comedian in our lifetime.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not a big I don't think Buster Keaton tried the best ever.
Yeah,
I've watched Buster Keaton films. Like they don't I don't think I like the language like that to me. So like we talk about Grosse Point Blank. That to me is a far funnier film than this. I laughed so much more in Grosse Point Blank than I did in this movie.
Yeah,
I think I had chuckled twice. This movie's dumb.
Well, the physical humor. Oh, I see. I laughed a lot more than that. I laughed a lot more than I thought I was.
I didn't laugh once.
I wasn't looking forward to going back and watching this because I know his movies don't really hold up. Pet Detective does not hold up. The Mask. I didn't even really like The Mask at that time. I saw all these films, of course. Yeah. He made like 4 films in 1 year.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
3 films in 1 year. He may have had the greatest year ever. But we'll talk about that.
Right. But still, within the course of 2 or 3 years, he made a shit ton of films, and none of them to me really hold up. Not the comedic ones.
Yeah.
This is the only, and so I wasn't looking forward to it. And maybe part of it was
what did you think was funny? Like what was good about this?
Just he physically stopped himself. The way that he physically stopped himself from telling a lie. Like how that whole process really broad, is goddamn crazy. Yeah. How much control he has over his body. The pen scene where he's trying. He's like, I'm going to tell a lie. I've got a blue pen in my hand. I'm going to call it red. Right. And he just he's trying so hard to do. You see him try so hard to do it, but part of him holding himself back. And then he says, I'm going to fucking write it. And he's fighting himself trying to write the thing. I just don't know anybody else who could have done that. I don't know anyone who could have done that.
Maybe peak Robin Williams.
Yeah. But even him,
he wasn't as physical.
No. The way that he can contort his body so flexible, he's got
Carrey's
a lot of
wildly athletic.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
This movie is very dumb.
The fact that he's shocked every time he especially in the beginning when he doesn't know exactly what's happening and he says something, it says the truth and he's not expecting it, and it shocks him. You see that. Well, and you believe,
you see everything because he's incredibly broad. It's like a silent film actor. I mean,
yeah. I think so, but I believe him. Is what I mean. I believe him.
I believe he was trying to earn a $20 million paycheck. I mean, he was. I mean,
it's just not your thing. That's fine.
It was just all just broad, silly, stupid jokes. He got nominated for a Golden Globe for this, and I almost think maybe he should have maybe won. And the movie sucks, but he worked so hard to make this F movie be at least a C-. I give him credit because without him, this movie would be just I don't even know what this would be. Imagine if it was trying to have another comedic actor at the time that would have been in this role.
There's no one. I don't know if anybody could have made it work.
Maybe Robin Williams might have been the next guy on the list that you're going through. This movie is terribly directed. I mean, the set pieces are everything is so lazy in this movie, except for Carrey, who's working so hard. It's such a weird thing to watch. Because it's
like the Paul Bettany of this film, right? He's just working so hard.
Well, you are. We acknowledge you are.
There we go. This is why.
This
is why I like Jim Carrey.
No, I mean he just works. You like that? You're a big overactor.
Maybe that's what it is.
You like when people.
It's hard. It's hard for me to believe people. It's hard for me to believe people. And I
believe it? Someone is wildly animatronic.
No, actually, no. But there are things that I think were shitty about this movie. About him, the way that he treated his kid in the movie, even in his sincere moments, he's talking down to his kid. I fucking hated that. But I just think the comedic parts of it so outweighed everything else. It made this movie enjoyable for me. I laughed a lot. not a lot, but I laughed more than I normally would for a Jim Carrey movie.
Some strange things in the movie. One of the excuses he uses to get out of work is he blames the Asian flu.
Oh, that was strange.
That was strange. There's a major like sexual harassment plot line in this that you would never see today.
Right.
Obviously, the end, the climax of the film, he's trying to chase an airplane down. Now, obviously pre 9/11. That would never happen. So there were a lot of things, and I don't blame the movies for any of this, but there were a lot of things. It was like, whoa, this is really oddly like there were things they did. It was like, and I'm not offended. It was just a little bit like, whoa, like I'm not used to seeing that on the screen, and I kind of forgot. We've been doing this for a while now. We've watched, I don't know how many, 15, 20 films now.
Yeah.
I haven't had those moments too often. I thought I would have them more.
Yeah.
Next couple weeks, we're going to be dealing with even older movies, so maybe we will run into it more. But with this, I did run into it a few times. I was like, wow, I can't believe he's saying some of these things. But like I said, I mean, that was a time, and I can understand that. I don't blame the screenwriter or the actor.
The other thing is you don't like cartoons.
I do not,
and I like cartoons, and that's what this was for me. Including
this is a cartoon.
Including the score was done by this guy named John Debney. Did you look at him?
I didn't know that. No.
John Debney.
All right.
He's done so much shit. Like he did Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Doctor Who, Fame when it was on TV. But not even he was nominated for Academy Award for The Passion of the Christ. The score for that.
Oh, really?
But he worked for Disney, and he did like the theme for the Magic Kingdom. Their like night shows and stuff. He did the Jetsons movie. He did a bunch of other Disney films, and this was Looney Tunes. His score, if you listen to his score, it's fucking Looney Tunes. That's what it is. It's a cartoon.
That'd be why I was so annoyed.
That's probably why you're annoyed. And I'm a lot more forgiving for that type of stuff.
Let's talk about the director a bit, Tom Shadyac.
Yeah.
So really interesting guy. So he did a lot of movies. He did 3 movies with Carrey. He did Ace Ventura. He did this. He did Bruce Almighty.
That's right. Yeah.
He did
Bruce and Evan Almighty.
Yes, he did. He did Patch Adams as well.
Oh, right.
He did a movie called Dragonfly, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't think it's a bad movie.
That's with Costner.
Everyone hates it. I don't think it's that bad.
I can't remember.
People hate it. I get to see it's very schmaltzy. It's very, once again, like as we talk about Field of Dreams, these overly sentimental movies can get to me. This hits that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but I think it's like probably his best. And then he did Evan Almighty in 2007.
Yeah.
And then he had a horrible bicycle accident.
Oh, I saw that he had a nasty concussion that laid him out for like 6 months or a year or something.
Even more than that, I think. It was it was very, he had a lot of PTSD issues with it.
Yeah.
He ended up, at one point, he was locked himself in his closet for a long time. He couldn't deal with like lights and sensory.
Anything, yeah.
And then he also became wildly religious.
Yeah. Well, when you go through something, he's in pain 24 hours a day. Like I'm sure he had a hard time sleeping. Locking yourself in a closet, you can't read a book.
It sounds like
he
contemplated suicide at times. It sounded really dark stuff. So then in 2010, he did a documentary about this whole experience. He actually ended up selling all of his like everything he owned. He sold.
Oh, that's right.
He opened up a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
He kind of made this whole like total change of life situation. And then at the end of last decade, he wanted to get back into show business, and he got kind of bitter because people weren't giving him scripts, but he hadn't worked in like 11 years. Yeah. He had kind of a mental breakdown. I think people were just a little, studios apprehensive.
I'm sure.
And then they eventually gave him the keys to like a $10 million movie. It didn't do very well. I think they're letting him direct a couple more things now. But now he's in his 60s.
I saw him. He had something coming out in 2020 sometime.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, who knows
what's
going to happen now?
Right?
Yeah. But interesting. So but the other thing too is Evan Almighty was kind of a fucking shit show.
I believe it was Steve Carell.
It was the at its time. I don't know if it's still the case. At the time, it was the most expensive comedy ever made.
No way.
Yeah, and Carell only made $5 million for the movie, so it was all because of these elaborate sets they had.
Oh yeah,
it was like a Noah's Ark motif to it.
Yeah,
and I guess it was just insane, and it didn't make its money back. And it also, it cost like $40 million to market. It was kind of a disaster. So when he says, "Oh, they don't like me," was
Carell an unknown at that time?
No. He got $5 million in the movie. You don't give an unknown.
Okay, all right.
He was in the office. He was a big star.
Oh, was that
2007?
Oh, all right. So I see. Late enough.
So where's it going with this?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
You totally derailed me with this. Not knowing Stephen Carell was a.
I do know.
They're giving strangers $5 million for movies. But so this movie is kind of a disaster. When he's bitching and moaning, Shadyac, that studios don't give me the keys. Well, yeah, because the last time you had the keys to the car, you had a $185 million fucking movie. Right. Maybe that's why they don't give you the keys to the car.
Well,
plus you had a fucking breakdown.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
So you kind of
Yeah, but the other movies he directed did pretty well, including this one, Liar Liar. Well, Liar. Right. $45 million to make and like $300 million in the box office.
Yeah. This did. this may shock you. This movie didn't do well because Tom Shadyac fucking directed.
No, it's true.
This movie did well because Jim Carrey's a fucking maniac. He's the biggest star in the world.
Right.
Let's talk Jim Carrey. Do you want to play a game?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna play me because you know I'm grumpy.
No, I want to do it. I'm sorry.
So this game is called Best Worst.
Okay.
And you're gonna play it. I'm gonna be simply like the host of it.
Okay.
So you're
not gonna play with me?
I'll play a little bit.
All right.
I'll make fun of you when you say something you do was wrong.
That's
but
perfect.
you kind of ruled the day here.
Okay.
So we're gonna go through Jim Carrey's career, his what I call the superstar phase, which starts with Ace Ventura and ends with this movie. After this, he goes on and does more
some
serious
straight films.
work.
Yeah.
He does The Truman Show, which is a brilliant movie. I love it.
That's actually a really good one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a departure from these kind of movies.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop with Liar Liar.
Okay, that's perfect.
And all I'm going to get from you, Matt, is your favorite and your least favorite, your best and your worst of this series of films we're going to go over.
Oh, well, yeah, we already know the best, but continue. Let's do this.
Okay. So 1994, he starts off with three. He has the greatest year of any comedian ever.
Yeah.
And he has, maybe you can make an argument, the greatest year of any actor ever. I would have that argument with somebody. Starts off the year with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
right,
which changes him from being a guy on a living color to being a superstar.
Superstar.
Overnight.
Yeah.
And then he does The Mask.
Yep.
And then he ends the year with Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
That is an amazing trifecta of movies and makes him an instant superstar. So when the year starts, January 1, he is a guy you know from Living Color. He was Fire Marshal Bill, whatever the fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, he's done 3 blockbuster movies.
Yeah. I know I saw The Mask in the theaters because of Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah. Everyone did. Yeah. And then same thing with Dumb and Dumb and Dumber had to, so out of those 3 movies, what is your favorite and your least favorite?
Out of those 3,
maybe I will play along too.
Dumb and Dumber's number 1.
Mine
2 is Ace Ventura, and 3 is The Mask. I really did not like The Mask.
We only need your best and worst.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so there you go.
So what is it? So
it's Dumb and Dumber, and worst would be The Mask.
Mask. Okay, so mine is Dumb and Dumber, and my least is Ace Ventura.
Is it really?
Yeah, those 3.
Fucking hate The Mask.
So in '95, he follows it up with 2 more blockbusters because Jim Carrey's a fucking machine at this point.
Yeah.
He does Batman Forever.
Yeah.
And he does Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls.
Jesus, that's like a fucking dead heat for me. If I have to choose, gun to my head.
Yes.
Then I would have to say Ace Ventura is probably the better movie than Batman.
Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah.
So okay, so so Ace Ventura is so you're saying Batman Forever is the worst.
What is the worst?
So is Batman Forever worse than Ace Ventura? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now we're adding those 2 in.
Right.
So wait, but so that would I still say that?
So Dumb and Dumber is still the
Dumb
best.
and Dumber is still the best.
So the
absolutely.
question now is worst.
Mask is no. Batman Forever is the worst.
Batman Forever is worse than The Mask.
I think so.
You hate Batman Forever.
I think it's really bad.
Really bad.
It's a
really
piece of shit.
Really
and I hate The Mask too, but I think Batman Forever is the worst.
Yeah,
it's a piece of shit movie.
Okay, so right now we have our best is Dumb and Dumber, our worst is Batman Forever.
Yeah.
So then,
are you still with me on that?
I would say Ace Ventura 2 is worst. We're in sync with Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, all right.
By the way, I also said Dumb and Dumber far and away the best of these movies so far.
So far, yep.
96, he does one movie. He makes $20 million for it, which was a huge payday. This movie did not do well. It's the first time of this whole entire run we're talking about that a movie did not make $100 million domestic. And it's The Cable Guy, which, if you remember, it got a lot of press. And people said at the time it was a dark, like almost a drama. It's not a drama. It is darker, but it's not that dark. You watch it now, you're like, this isn't that big of a deal.
I haven't seen it since then, and I thought it was. I was not expecting that, and so I didn't like it. I wasn't expecting it to be as dark as it was.
I thought it'd be darker based on the public got. I actually like the movie a lot. I like Dumb and Dumber more.
Dumb and Dumber's better, and it's definitely not my worst. My worst is still Batman Forever.
This has been my number 2 in the list, but unfortunately, the game is called Best Worst.
Yeah.
So it doesn't crack the best.
Right. Okay.
And for you, it doesn't. It just
no.
It's just kind of it's in the mix for you.
Yeah,
just in the middle. Okay.
Not as bad as The Mask. Above The Mask for me.
Okay.
Probably my 3rd worst.
Okay. So right now for you, it's
Dumb and Dumber, Batman Forever.
Wow. And I'm Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls. And then we're going to end our little game here with our 97 movie, which we just talked about, Liar Liar.
So Liar Liar is better.
What? You like Liar Liar better than Dumb?
I do, yeah.
He just said he likes Liar Liar better than Dumb and Dumber.
It made me laugh more. It did.
Really?
Yeah,
it made you laugh more than that?
Yeah.
That's a crazy take.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah. It's not my favorite Farrelly brothers.
I'm going to put a poll up. Which
you
movie,
should, yeah.
Which movie you like better than those 2?
Because I like Kingpin more than I like Dumb and Dumber.
That's a different argument.
Well, I know it's a different. I just mean like in the pantheon of Farrelly
I like
brothers.
Kingpin more than Dumb and Dumber 2.
Dumb and Dumber.
I acknowledge it's a crazy take, though.
Okay.
Most people love Dumb and Dumber more.
Yeah.
And to me, they're this. The liar to me is like fucking.
Yeah, I know you, but I think it's a cartoony
movie.
thing for you.
It's dumb movies.
I think it's good. Yeah, the movie's not amazing. He is better in Liar Liar than he is in Dumb and Dumber. He's better.
He's better in Liar. No,
you see what you do is you see someone. Okay, some people have singular talents. His singular talent at its full display, like excellence.
He doesn't have singular talent. He's a really good actor.
Whatever.
This is not. By the way, this is not my worst. Ace Ventura.
It's not your worst.
It's still my worst.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait.
Well, Batman Forever to me.
Okay, so all right,
that hasn't changed.
Yeah, this is not the worst, but this movie's not good.
It would go Liar Liar and then Dumb and Dumber for me.
And we'll talk. So what we do is another game we play typically is Hall of Fame plaques, and we'll do. So Jim Carrey was a huge superstar for most of our lives at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have on the plaque, he'd have to be pet to pet.
No, we'll get into that game when that time comes. So we'll talk about Jim Carrey a ton. So we'll have a lot more Jim Carrey type games. I just want to talk about this one moment in time between 94 and 97 when he was, and you remember, he was the biggest star. I would say not even comedian. He was the biggest star in the world.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's hard if you're maybe if you're in your 20s, you probably think of him as like this kind of like weirder guy who does hit movies every once in a while.
Oh, because now he's he's gotten really strange
off his dock. But if you were alive though, and you can remember stuff between 94 and 97, you remember he was huge. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of too many stars who were bigger in my life.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise in the late 80s.
Yep.
I say Jim Carrey in his mid 90s. I can't think of anyone bigger.
You're probably right.
I mean, Stallone, I guess, in the 80s, but I think Carrey was bigger than Stallone in the 80s.
Van Damme might have had that time period too of like 4 or 5 years.
But he never
had narrow. You're right.
What's his biggest hit? Time Cop? He never had big movies like this. No, I don't.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe Schwarzenegger.
Maybe Schwarzenegger.
But even so, Jim Carrey in this one brief
No, I know. He makes 5 or 6 movies right in a row, and they're
we're not just talking 100 million. I know Ace Ventura was the first one only because it was new, but the other ones were making like 200, 300,
yeah.
Like million. For the comedies that you said cost what, 40 million to make, and half of them going to him?
So he might have been $1.5 billion in this time period.
I mean, unbelievable. It was an incredible run.
Yeah, it's true.
Jim Carrey, and I will say before we sign off here, my favorite Jim Carrey movies, and we'll get into this more as we go along.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the Hall of Fame thing is my favorite Jim Carrey movies are the more serious ones.
Yeah.
So, I love Truman Show. I love Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
I really love I always forget the name of it when we do this fucking show. And, I know the name, the Kate Winslet romantic movie.
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine.
I always want to call it Meet Me in Montauk. But that movie's fantastic.
That's a great film. Great film. Yeah.
I think he gets me angry the same way Robin Williams would get me angry when they do stupid movies when I know they're talented actors.
Yeah.
I think Robin Williams, like in Awakenings and Good Will Hunting, he's so good.
So good.
He's such a great actor.
But then he does Patch Adams, and
I get angry. There's like Bicentennial Man,
Jack or Bicentennial Man.
Steve Robinson's favorite movie, Bicentennial
Seriously.
Man, fucking shit movie. And then he does. I know he's not watching.
No, but
Steve hates our show.
He doesn't. Steve doesn't watch our show. But that's all right.
It's like they're not talking about Bob Dole enough for the fucking.
Well, we don't get any shrapnel on the show, at least. Like no one says, "Oh, that Quantum Week." Fucking.
Because Steve doesn't watch us. Mike watches, and he kind of likes it, but everybody else kind of hates it.
No, I guess maybe if we talk about his dog, we'll get on the show.
I don't know.
No, whatever.
But yeah, so Jim Carrey serious stuff I love.
Yeah, I agree.
This movie to me, I say a fucking C-, I guess.
Oh, this is a B for me. Definitely. Yeah.
All right, so here's what we have coming up the rest of the week. Wednesday, we're talking Puff Daddy.
Is it Anaconda?
And Anaconda.
Oh, I got one right.
Nice job.
Thank you.
And then the Saturday show is Gross Point Blank. And Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
Yeah. Both good shows, actually. They're a lot more fun this week than last week for us.
We do. And Gross Point Blank, by the way, is a legit good movie. You've never seen it?
You should
check
watch
it out before the Saturday
show.
Watch it. I really love that movie. I can't say enough good things about it, and you'll hear me talk about that during the show.
Before Cusack went crazy.
Another one went nuts.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Those two actually, there's a really interesting parallel between Jim Carrey. I'm not saying John Cusack never had the heights that Jim Carrey had.
He didn't.
Nowhere near. But they had the same, path of insanity.
Yeah.
Carrey's still like, he just did that Sonic movie. That movie made more money than anything John Cusack's done in years.
Yeah. I won't ever see it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They both went crazy around the same time. And they're both from the same age.
Yeah.
What if you become like a superstar?
And then you can't handle it.
But when you hit your late 40s, because I don't think you even have kids. There's a lot of similarities between those two guys.
Yeah.
I wonder if you fucking lose your mind.
You could.
I wonder if you're going to lose your mind.
I'm not going to. No, I've got a very stable home life here.
That's true. I've
got friends.
And neither of those guys, I don't think, were married.
No, well, Jim Carrey had 2 divorces.
Right.
Both of his marriages didn't last long. His second marriage, can't remember the woman's name, a co-actress.
Was that Lauren Holly he was married to?
I think, that was a year.
That was Dumb and Dumber.
That was a year long.
Right, but that was the 94.
Yeah, exactly. That was it.
Whatever.
And yeah. I mean, can you imagine living with that
But I
motherfucker?
think maybe if you turn like you're in your 30s,
And you're like,
you never get married again. You don't have any kids. I wonder if you go crazy.
you must, because it's an existential crisis. That, all this fame, all this fortune, and I'm still the same guy, and I still have my same quirks and depressions. Money won't fix it. Fame won't fix it. In fact, it makes it worse. And I've got no home life. Yeah, of course.
That's really
course.
interesting. They really both went nuts at the same time, and
They
they're
did.
both fucking batshit crazy now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I like both guys a lot. Or
I know,
Used to. Now I can't deal with either of them.
Yeah,
but
no. But them 15 years ago,
I know.
20 years ago,
20
were
years
great.
ago, I know.
Yeah.
97.
Anything else?
That's
Thanks for watching. Thanks, Justin. And we'll catch you on the next one. Listen to the fucking podcast.